Greetings and salutations. I'm Damien, and today I'm going to be talking to you about two of my favorite cannabis breeders. Should go without saying that this is my opinion, and I'm no way connected to any of these breeders, or actually even to anyone in the industry for that matter. So just personal opinion. But I do see a lot of people who are basically spending a lot of time trying to grow better weed and shooting themselves in the foot by growing subpar genetics. Genetics are the number one factor in determining if your weed's going to be any good. It's as simple as that. You can grow shitty weed to the best of your ability or to the best of anyone's ability, and it's still going to be shitty weed. So if you're buying white label genetics, and don't take this personal, but I'm assuming you're either a new grower, don't really know any better, or just don't care about the taste of your weed. If you do care, I would suggest you stop buying white label and start buying reputable breeders. In the last 9 years, I've grown out a lot of genetics, and while it was all decent, there really weren't too many standout plants in those years. And I've grown out packs from all sorts of breeders. Seed Junkie, Masonic, Exotic, Envy, Irie, Ethos, Compound, and more. But yeah, I just didn't really find a ton of plants that I really wanted to keep. And I don't know whether that was basically that those breeders' taste just didn't align with mine, or, you know, I just didn't find a whole lot. I will say that, to be fair, in most instances I was growing out one, maybe two packs. And that's really not going to give you a very good look at the cultivar's true expressions. Realistically, you're going to have to grow out more than one or two packs, but that was what I was doing. I kind of look at buying seeds as like a lottery ticket. So you're buying a chance. You're not really guaranteed anything. And if you're buying a 10-pack expecting to find gold every time, you're either going to be disappointed or you haven't set your standards really high. Just honestly. Or maybe my standards are a little too high. Like I said, I'm super selective in the plants I've kept. I was really only hanging on to 4 plants, and they were from the 2 breeders I'm about to discuss. So, first place goes to Humboldt CSI. Right. CSI. Not to be confused with Humboldt Seed Company. Make sure it's CSI. And part of the reason I chose him first is he releases a lot of S1s of his work. So not only can you buy the crosses, but you can buy S1s of the starting material, which I like, because I'm not always interested in necessarily smoking crosses. Sometimes I want to just grow the original cutout, and getting to do that is, you know, saves me work, which is what number 2 I would say is the only reason he's in number 2 is because he doesn't release S1s. But if you don't mind selfing plants, again, these 2 breeders are getting the best genetic starting material I feel that you could possibly get. So second place would go to Archive Seed Bank. And between the 2 of those, CSI and Archive, you will not be disappointed. Which is not to say anything bad about any of the other breeders I mentioned or didn't mention. You know, maybe, like I said, maybe it's just personal taste, but I've had the best luck with CSI and Archive. I will throw out an honorable mention to Mendo Dope. One of the best plants I've ever grown, actually, was from a pack of Mendo Dope. And it didn't taste anything like any of the other plants, but it was definitely special. The other honorable mention I would say is Bloom Seed Co. I ran their candy fumes last year, and not only was that a good run, I would say it was cool that they put 20 seeds in a pack, which if you're pheno hunting is pretty neat. Most times you're getting 7, maybe 10 seeds in a pack. But yeah, one other honorable mention was Not So Dog had released some seeds, and I grew out his Headband Chem 91 cross, which was also really good. Final note, I've always grown everything from seed up until now. and I never bought any clones. The only clones I grew were clones I cut myself, and that was partially because I wasn't trying to bring anything into the house, genetics that were, you know, going to bring parasites, pests, or infect my plants with hop latent. So yeah, I've always just grown from seed, but I did see that Kevin Jodrey had started up a company called The Grateful Head, which is going to be selling clones. And if there's one name that I would trust to buy clones from in the industry, it is definitely Kevin Jodrey. So I would check out The Grateful Head if you're looking for clones. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, again, there's all comes down to personal taste and what you find in that lottery ticket of a pack, but I say you can't go wrong with CSI and Archive.